Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We're doing multiple Halloween crafts today, so I hope you enjoy them and stick around. Here we go. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video. We have a sponsor today, trytreats.com, where you can get treats from around the world. I'll have a link and a discount code in the description of this video. Okay, dig in.
Okay, these cream pie looks like a one of those moon pies, so I'm assuming it's what's supposed to look like that, but moon pies.
You need scissors?
Do you know what I noticed? Their packaging is a lot more tougher than the US's.
So that's the, what is it called?
It's basically like a moon pie, but it's called Choco pie. CHOCO.
Okay.
Pie. It's basically like American version of a.
That's what it looks like.
I mean,
it's just a mini version.
It's a South Korea's pie.
Does it taste the same?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It is. The mushroom, not the mushroom. The
marshmallow?
Yeah, the marshmallow is very, very gooey inside. It has a weird aftertaste too.
Okay, well let's move on.
I'm sure I'm gonna finish that later. I'm a fat ass.
What's that?
A custard. It's a cream cake. It's a sponge, soft cake. Filled with rich custard cream. Probably butchered it. Yep, it's falling apart. It looks like a mess.
Okay, well let's see what that is.
Very fluffy, really soft. Haven't tried the cream yet. It's unique. I can't compare it to anything else.
Okay.
Very good though.
Well, that's good. I'll clean up the table when you're done. You don't have to do that. Okay, well now what do we got?
Chocolate corn.
Let me see the bag. Chocolate? Yeah. Okay.
They make these. They stuff with this so much air, it's ridiculous. Okay. Why do they look like rabbit feed?
Looks kind of like a Cheeto, doesn't it? Except a brown Cheeto.
Looks like rabbit pellets.
Yeah, rabbit poo.
Okay. If you ever had that cereal, I can't remember what that cereal called. It was the chocolate cereal.
What are you
Tastes like
talking
that.
about? Count Chocula?
Something like that. It tastes like that. There's a very similar thing we have at the US that tastes just like this. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, let me try one. You know, I'm all about chocolate.
You probably can pinpoint it. You're more of a sweets person than I am.
Ooh, those are good. Those are real good.
We might actually get another box of this. I'm actually really enjoying this. Okay.
Yeah, those are mine.
Yeah, you can have it.
What's that?
That didn't show it in here, or did it?
Is it a drink or something, or what is
It's
it?
a yogurt.
Yogurt?
Yeah. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, it's called a yogurt jelly. This one might actually be messy.
Yogurt jelly?
Yeah. I already have built-in rippables on it. Okay, this is going to be one of those things where it's going to be an absolute mess. Oh, it's basically gummies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Coca-Cola gummies, I guess. Well,
Looks like a bottle.
yeah, it's more of a bottle than a... Because in the US they have these Coca-Cola gummies. This looks like a water bottle of some sort.
What's the eyebrow raise for? Okay, now I'm curious. Give me one.
Very confusing, but very good. Threw me in a loop.
Okay, let me see.
Takes a minute.
Some kind of fruit.
Give it a minute.
Like a tropical passion fruit or something.
You're giving that look again.
They're good. They're very good. Okay, we'll try one more thing and then we don't want this to last forever. What do you got now?
If we're doing that, the
Try
seaweed.
try the chips.
Oh, I heard these are really, really good. I'm gonna try these. I heard so many good things about these.
Let me see the box. Cancho?
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about these.
Okay. They look like a cookie.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
Ooh. It's like an animal cracker, but it's filled with chocolate, and the chocolate melts in your mouth.
we might have to order some more boxes.
Okay, we're gonna do this to chips now, and that's gonna be the end of the video.
Okay.
Well, they've got these coconuts. I'm sure you're gonna love these.
Butter coconut? Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's lots of snacks in there.
This looks like an Oreo cookie or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't give you its actual name.
There's more even besides that.
You got this and this. And some seaweed shit. I am not interested.
Seaweed? It might be good. Everything else has been good.
Yeah.
You're the only adventurous one. Lord.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I never have struggled to open a bag of chips like this in my life.
Well, they're sealed good. That's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. This won't do. Josh will like these.
What are they, spicy or something?
Mm-hmm.
Put the bag up so people can see what they are. Turtle chips? Okay. What do they taste like to American chips? Like, comparative.
American version of Takis.
Takis?
It says, flaming lime flavored. The snack is comforted by 4 crunchy layers, harmless blends and flavors of flaming lime.
Flaming lime?
Mm-hmm. Tastes like Takis.
Okay, so what do you give the box? Like a 10 out of 10? That's what I say, because everything that we've tasted so far has been good. Okay, on to the craft portion. I was so mad at myself because I did one already with a craft pumpkin. You know, the kind that are hollow on the inside. And uh somehow it didn't record. So I ended up having to do it all over again. But I didn't have another porcelain face. I had this plastic doll lying around. And so I had to use her. And I didn't have another carving pumpkin. So I had to use a foam pumpkin. So I was really ticked off at myself. Basically, I just detached the head and I'm cutting around in front of the ears and around the hairline with my scissors. Now, honestly, I would recommend using a carving pumpkin, obviously, instead of one with foam, but, you know, it is what it is. And before any doll lovers out there get stinky with me about tearing apart this doll, it was a freebie, and I know that's no excuse, but I love antique dolls. This is not an antique doll. I don't care for it, so I'm using it, and, you know, rather than it being a landfill, it's going to become something. It's going to have an alternate life. And I am not wasting one bit of this doll. Believe you me. You'll see here in a little bit that the doll gets used in many different ways. So you have lots of different options. So there's no waste. All I did was outline with the Sharpie, and I'm hacking away like Michael Myers at this pumpkin. I was so frustrated. Yeah, very frustrated. So be careful with the knife. You don't want to cut yourself. I know it looks like I'm all willy-nilly, but we're fast forwarded. And so it kind of looks like I'm a little crazy, but I'm really not. This is double time. So yeah, because it took me forever to get into this foam pumpkin. If you've ever dealt with styrofoam, you know the joys. It was everywhere. Everywhere. Stuck to me, stuck to everything on the table. So much fun. I'm going to poke a hole in the back of the pumpkin to where it goes all the way through into the area that I've carved out, because I'm going to pull some string lights through, you know, the little tiny fairy lights, so that I can light up the inside of it. Now we're situating and seeing how the face fits on the pumpkin. You can always trim it up. You know, get you a pair of scissors and trim it up if you need to. And I'm taking just black acrylic paint, and I'm painting the inside of the pumpkin with the black. Now, I'm not very patient. I don't know if y'all picked up on that or not, but I'm not very patient, especially because of the fact that I'm doing this for a second time. So I just went on and strung the lights even with the paint being wet, because I didn't feel like waiting for it to dry. So needless to say, I ended up getting black paint all over me. Once I get it fed through, I just coiled it around and shoved it in there and took a dab of hot glue and glued that power cord to it, to the back of the pumpkin. And that's basically all I did. Now, my husband actually come up with a good idea, which he didn't present it to me until after the fact, of course, is that instead of leaving the eyes just open and blank like they are, he said maybe to put something where the light would shine through the eyes so you couldn't see, in there, particularly where, you see all the little lights where it would just kind of give off a glow, which is a really good idea. Something kind of like maybe wax paper or something like that. Glue it to the inside part behind the eyes. I definitely would have done that because it's actually it's a really good idea because, he didn't tell me till afterwards, so trying to get him to give me an opinion on anything when I'm doing a craft is like pulling teeth. So I have a gap here, and I'm basically just wanting to fill that gap. So I took part of that outer pumpkin that I tore off, taking some hot glue and filling that gap in where the neck would be. Just shoving it in there, plugging the hole, kind of like a cork stopper. And then we're just going to go around everything with the hot glue gun to make sure that it is adhered properly. And once we're done with that and it's dried, then you're going to grab some, what is that stuff called? I got it at Michael's. No, not Michael's. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, but it's an air dry clay. And I've had it for a while. In order to keep it to where it doesn't dry up on you, I just kind of fold it over, put it back in the package, and then stick it in a Ziploc bag, and it seems to keep it. So I'm just taking some of this air dry clay, and with my finger, I'm putting it all around the perimeter of the head, trying to smooth it out. And you're going to have it, of course, higher or thicker, I guess, towards the head, and then kind of make it slope downwards to the pumpkin. Just play with it. There's not any science to it or anything like that. You just kind of want it to look like the face is part of the pumpkin, not just sitting on the pumpkin. Kind of like the red dead apples. Same concept. Now I put a little piece of that air dry clay on the back, or not the back, but the underside, I should say, because of the fact that it's front heavy now because of the face and all that. So it wants to tilt forward. So that little piece of the air dry clay kept it standing straight. Now all I'm doing is the next day, I'm sanding it down, smoothing all that out. And then I'm taking this pumpkin orange color and painting that air dry clay. And you'll want to put at least a couple coats on the clay. And then in order for all of it to kind of blend, you'll have to put a coat on the pumpkin itself. that's dry. While I was waiting for it to dry, I got bored. So I did another project. This is a little plastic baby, and all I did was draw on a face like the Sleepy Hollow pumpkin. In one of those little, what you call 'ems? You know, it's just a little styrofoam pumpkin, and shoved the head on there. So there you go. It's an extra craft. So the orange is dry, and I want to accentuate the little indentations all around the pumpkin. So I'm just putting a little black on the lines, smearing it. You don't have to be perfect, as you can tell. I'm just all willy-nilly here. And then another coat of orange to blend it all in. Leftover skeleton head from another project. There you go. You have a skelly baby. And if you don't want to do that, then I have another project for you. I kind of feel like Dr. Frankenstein. These are from the Dollar Tree. They're plastic, and we're now whacking off the doll's arms. Yes. So, and you're going to take a little bit of hot glue, of course, and apply it around the bottom and attach it to the base right in the center. And then we have eyeballs, of course, that we ripped out of the doll head. So we are going to glue the eyeball onto the hand, which we've actually done this on another craft video from last year, but I had a composition hand and a glass cloche. This is Joann's online, just showing you what I'm using. the metal word plaques and the bugs. You can order them online or you can go in store and purchase them. They're not that expensive, and I think they really add a lot to this project. Okay, moving on. We're going to some moss here. We're going to put some moss inside here. So just some hot glue and some loose moss, and just, spread it around in there. Yeah, I didn't use the sheet moss this time. I like the look of this better. Doll had 2 hands, so I did 2 domes. And I did them each differently, so you can choose whichever style you want to do. But I put one of the bugs, the metal bugs, in the hand. I used a beetle. And then the plaques, I bent them by hand. They're pretty sturdy, but be careful because they will snap in half. I have actually done that because I put them on the base, the outer rim of the base. Well, here they are, and I took the top portion off so you could see them better. The little plaques in the front really finish them off nicely, and you have the beetles and the eyeball, and the second one there, I cut the arm a little bit shorter, and I took a cross, a large cross, costume jewelry, put a little moss on it with some hot glue to act as a tombstone. So like the hands coming out of the ground. I hope you enjoyed all of the projects we did today. All of the many things you can do with discarded dolls. Rather than them going into a landfill, you can do so many projects with them. More than I even showed here. But I hope this gives you a slightly different perspective on things. Possibly, maybe something that you'd try at home. All I did with that pumpkin that we made, this is the first one that I made with the porcelain face. Tidbit of information, the porcelain one I think turned out better. Plus, it was easier to deal with, especially with the clay and all that. It blended much better. And also, if you want to use a body like this, just take an old doll body, and where the head would have been, take like a wooden dowel or something and then attach the pumpkin that way. Don't forget to check out trytreats.com. And until next time, guys, see you later.